Greetings to all. Welcome aboard your temporary home. Here in the untainted cradle of the heavens, we will create a new super race, a race of perfect physical specimens.
We have a laser confirmed lock on the target.
Come in, Tanner.
Bond? What are you doing on this frequency?
I'm with Dr. Goodhead.
Tanner, this is Holly Goodhead. I need you to contact Felix Leiter. Tell him to launch Operation Steel Heaven.
Tanner, just do it. Trust me.
Automatic docking procedure activated.
From their first day on Earth, they will look to the skies and know that there is a law and order to the universe, and a God in heaven.
We have to find the poison pod control room and stop the launch.
Now, there is no contact with MI6 or CIA about it. What happens is they're like, how come we can't see this on a radar?
We need to get through here without raising the alarm.
So they go to look for the radar jammer and disable it, and then after it's been disabled, then Earth is like, hey man, that's some shit, that's not supposed to be there. And then they kind of go up and do human people things to save the day.
I feel so lucky to be part of Drax's plans.
But for the most part, it's not so critical stealthy. They're just kind of walking around like, yeah, we're a part of Drax's thing. Isn't that something? I just kind of want to beat them up just because. I mean, again, better safe than sorry. Anyone else got anything to say? I was wrong. We're supposed to have a gun. There you go. Don't shoot it. If you shoot it, everyone will know you exist. And waiting to go through that door is annoying after you fail. Now I think, because I didn't really like this segment right here, super easy to mess up. Wait here till he comes over, then knock him out. And then do that. So there you go. We finally got to show off the pen dart.
Memory corruption detected in the secondary database.
As you see, we only have a limited number of them. Well, yeah, that's the other thing that makes it super annoying is once you like do the punchy stuff, it just switches to your gun even when you don't want to. So if you want to like cleverly knock someone out and then pen dart him, it doesn't fucking work because it'll just pull out your gun, and you don't want to pull out your gun. You want to use the thing. You want to have it where you left it on the weapon wheel, but it just doesn't care what you think. It decides what you think for you. I don't know why, but I kind of like that just because that slight little crack of their neck is like something crazy about it. Got him. And we could dart this guy, but he should be fine. Should be good to just walk up behind him and just... Or he could move. I guess.
Injecting waste overflow at start of next orbital cycle.
Get out of my life. I'm not entirely so sure chopping someone in the throat would be enough to really knock them out. I feel like that'd just give them a coughing fit and make them very upset.
Okay, try opening the door now.
And yes, there is supposed to be gravity. They have simulated gravity going on in this area. So it's not supposed to be all spacey or whatever, and I don't think they're wearing helmets right now. No, she is not. Jump! But there is something super trippy about,
This
like...
must be where the pods are launched from. My god, there are so many of them.
About, like, in the film, it shows these couples.
The loading process while I shut down the system. We can't let a single one of those pods launch.
And, like, they're all loving up on each other and stuff, and it's just crazy to think. Like, imagine if you were
James, another pod is being prepared for launch.
one of those people, you know? That'd be 6'4". You could also look down through the glass, but, like, they don't always line up, so you gotta pay attention to the proper...
Another one.
Fucking hell. The proper thing it wants you to, like that little symbol. I just kind of prefer doing it this way, instead of having to mix and match, because that's B,
Come on, we should disable the master controls permanently.
which is over there, you know? So it just makes it much less confusing, in my opinion.
I want those launchers fixed now. We're moving up the schedule. Ah, congratulations, Mr. Bond. You've managed to delay my plans, but you haven't stopped them.
It seems to me you can't pull this off without us.
Is that so? Tell me, what do I need a spy for?
Sooner or later, someone in this room is going to envy you, betray you, and need to be eliminated. Who's it going to be? The captain? The co-pilot? Or what about him? Surely he doesn't fit your qualifications for a master race?
Stop it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's lying.
Am I? Enemy ships, incoming!
Battle stations, now! Everyone, get them out of here. I'll deal with them later.
Jaws, you know I'm right. Let us go.
James, we can stop him from firing on the Marines if we shut down the artificial gravity.
Yeah. Also, there's a proper pistol version. Truth be told, I'm not really sure what the actual benefit of it is, and I do find this a tad bit odd. Now, in the film, yes, Jaws is coaxed by James, but not like that. It's like, while they're in Brazil, Jaws finds himself a girlfriend. And he's basically insinuating that Drax will turn on Jaws' girlfriend and then, you know, not be a part of that perfect world. He doesn't say anything about anyone turning on Drax. He just mentions the idea that Drax probably will get rid of her, and then, you know, that kind of persuades Jaws because he has his love. So that's that, but... And then afterwards, that's basically the end of Jaws. You see Jaws help James and them escape, but yeah. And then I really do like the time when they turn off the gravity, because like the way inertia kicks in and everyone's just flying all over the place. It is a sight to behold. I love that. I think that's so cool. I remember not understanding or liking the word inertia when I was in middle school, because I didn't get it. But I remember there being, God fucking damn it, hit the stupid idiot. I remember there being a kid in school who was just like, dude, I think it'd be great if the world stopped spinning, because then everyone would just start flying into walls and shit. Just, yeah, I never knew how to spell it, so I sounded it out, INURSHA. I'm like, that's not even close. a good example is when you're stirring some mac and cheese, and then you stop stirring, or you try and stir it the other direction. How's about that for science? Get rid of this fool.
USS Lincoln, this is Agent Goodhead. Code Red Knight.
Roger, Goodhead. We're locked on approach to Docking Hub 3. We need you to deactivate the space station's defense systems.
Copy, Lincoln. Will do. Out. James, we need to get to Docking Hub 3 to open the airlock.
I'll take care of it. You stay here with Jaws and guard the central control.
James, don't forget your helmet and gloves.
Now, the controls on this aren't as good as Nightfire, but it's manageable. Like, the biggest thing about this is that it follows proper space principles, so I'm not touching the controller right now, but I'm still moving. So it's like, it makes sense, but I still think Nightfire did it better. Nightfire also had an easy way to orient yourself, so if you got upside down, which you can't in this, you could fix yourself just by pressing a button, and that was that. As to this, you just really have to be on top of your own physics to manage, and that's that. Like, it's doable, but it's definitely not perfect, but it's also, you know, it's not as bad as it could be.
We need to disable the station's defense system so the Marines can dock.
This is the USS Adams. We're taking fire from the space station. We can't dock until those defense turrets are destroyed.
It looks like glass. It's not glass. I just laughed because I thought about it. I was like, you know, the space controls are definitely better than the driving controls, especially the driving on ice controls. But there is, like, the next part, honestly, this part, it's totally fine. I don't mind doing spacey stuff like this. This is fine with me. It's the ending bit that really concerns me, because you need precise accuracy and movement, and that's kind of difficult and irritating. Now, there is a big old laser fight happening between the good guys and the bad guys. James isn't really a part of it. They're just kind of doing stuff. And then, like, the thought about that is crazy to me, because I feel like, you know, going out and fighting to die and stuff, that's one thing. But going out and doing it in space feels like way scarier. And I don't know why that is, but just the idea of that would, I feel like, terrify probably more people. I mean, you're still putting your life on the line, willing to die for your country and shit, but I don't know, something about falling away into the endless void, just kind of a little bit more terrifying and probably suffocating and dying a very painful death. I don't know. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating or under-exaggerating. I don't know. It's just, the thought of that is so horrifying. Like, space is a scary fucking thing. I know everyone, like, dreams about it. Truthfully, I'm not so sure. Especially because it's like, yeah, just because you go into space doesn't mean you're coming back. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people, when man first landed on the moon, they ain't come home. And that's a scary thought.
We have to prevent Drax from restarting those poison pod launchers.
We have to find Drax.
Yeah, I was trying to. I was working on it. Excuse me. I mean, I definitely think these little action sequences are... You know what? I'm going to say it. It's better than Nightfire. The main hard part is definitely worse than Nightfire, because it's like the same concept. Worse execution, but like this action space fight stuff is better, because the problem with Nightfire was it was just like, hey, you did a thing. We'll spawn random enemies, and it just kind of wasn't that great. Luckily, most enemies just died with a single shot, and you could balance that pretty well, and overall it was really easy to do. Can I go down? Guess that's a no. It's fun, it's floaty, but it's also kind of like carefree. Like, I don't... There you are. The thing that trips me out the most is, like, when you kill them, they're just still kind of hanging there. As to where in Nightfire they literally flew off into the distance and you never saw them again. But sometimes here you'll just see a dead body and you won't realize it's dead. I mean, I suppose, like, the best way to know is it shooting at you, yes or no? That's the way to define it. That's what's the most important part. I don't want to shoot that. There's a certain thing I'm looking for that we haven't found yet, and I'm nervous because I don't want to think we've passed it. Because it would make this section a lot easier if we could get it. Reload? Yeah, shut up. It's a laser gun. You shouldn't be reloading it at all. I don't know why that's not blowing up. You'd think a thingy that's labeled as explosive might explode, but it's whatever. There's still guys down there making bullets at guys. Stop that. The way he just kind of flipped to the floor like that was pretty great. Yeah, I'm afraid I've missed it, but I don't know. So, oh man, what do I even say? This part's the hard part. This thing... Oh, good God. There's definitely ways to make it easier on your... Yeah, we don't have the ability. Fucking hell. There's definitely ways you can make this significantly easier on you. So what you have is you got a very, very small time limit to do as much damage to this as possible. There's supposed to be a little upgrade box where you can go ahead and attach parts to it. And if you can go ahead and attach like a high capacity magazine, like that will make things way, way easier. Also, any and all health training is definitely going to be needed for this. So this way you can kind of ignore those guys. How much firepower it takes. We don't have enough time. We definitely, yeah, we're fucked. That's it. And if you mess one up, that's it. That's impossible. And you got to do this perfectly 6 times. I guess the best advice is know 100% where it is and do not reload unless it is closed or done, because any second you take with that thing opened to reload will be wasted. So, like, you kind of have to have prior knowledge and experience and abilities and stuff to make this thing work. See, like, we've probably already fucked ourselves again. And that wasn't even my fault. That's just because this thing is, like, unrelenting as far as its difficulty goes. See, the problem is the space physics, because if you go around gliding and stuff and you're missing your opportunity to hit it where you need to, like, really, really sucks. But you basically have to know everything about this and prepare for it with all the abilities you can and be perfect. And that's basically it. So that's half of it. Oh, I don't know if I can get that. I think we're fucked. But the physics with this does not help, nor does the perfectionism, nor does the fact that if you don't have your health upgrades and stuff, like, you're probably going to take too much damage, end up failing. Where are the others? I don't even see him. Oh my god. Yeah, that's it. Oh my god. I finally did it. I didn't do it!
Your efforts are wasted, Bond. You'll never stop me. It's not too late, Bond. You can still join me. You got lucky that time, Bond. It won't happen again. I need reinforcements. Your efforts are futile, Bond. Join me. Send reinforcements to the launch bay. It's futile, Bond. You can't destroy all of them.
Move, move, move.
Stop that!
Oh my
I order
god.
you! Bond, join me. Together we can rule over a new
Down.
civilization.
Try and maintain physics. We got this. I hope. Oh, thank God. Now, assuming we do not die this time, like, this is... Oh, I can't fucking live. I'm gonna die again. This is shit. I hate this. Just leave me alone for like a minute. Where are you? Holy shit. Stop. Okay. It's not okay. I only killed you 25 billion times now. Alright. Now, if I can get a chance to talk, this thing really does expect perfection out of you. If you do not have all 3 health upgrades turned on for this point, along with a high-clip magazine, you're going to have a very, very bad time. Like, this is ruthless, and the worst part, again, is because of the space physics, like, being unforgiving compared to Nightfire, along with the timing window being unforgiving.
What are you doing? You'll destroy us both!
It's over, Drax.
What? You expect me to give up? Return to Earth to be tried by my inferiors? Never.
You were right. It's not too late. Together we could rule the Earth.
I think not.
James, the space station is starting to tear itself apart. Quickly, James. We're running out of time.
Okay. So, whoops. hopefully that didn't do anything. What actually happens is 3 pods do end up escaping, so after they deal with Drax, they gotta go back and finish them off. I don't necessarily mind the way they do things. It's just maybe give you more than 3 seconds to do it and you'd be fine. If we could extend it to 5 seconds to do something about it, that'd make it way easier. But that's the problem, is they're like, oh yeah, like this, I'm like, what do you mean you blinked? You fucked up, you nerd. And that's the problem with this, is they don't care about you and they want you to be very mad. You don't get enough time to fight enemies and deal with it. So that means you have to ignore everyone and deal with it. As far as Drax, firstly, he doesn't want Bond alive, period. He doesn't try and be like, oh, join me, or anything like that. That's the thing they fucked up with Drax. Other words, it's fine. What happens is he finds Bond, and he's like, finally, I'll get the pleasure of killing you myself. So, Bond shoots him with a dart, which I assume is laced with cyanide, because at the beginning they're like, yeah, here's 2 darts, armor piercing or cyanide, and I feel like cyanide's probably the more likely one. And then he pushes the airlock button, or he knocks him in the airlock and then sends him into space, and that's that. Now, what gets me about this little cutscene here is he's not wearing his helmet, which, I mean, he wasn't in that, but during that point there was still oxygen, as to where there's no reason for there to be oxygen at this point, so I don't know. It kind of doesn't, that part just doesn't make sense to me, just in the game. I feel like that's an oversight, because they, whatever. But, yeah, then after Drax is killed, they try and flee the shuttle, and then they shoot the last of the poisonous bombs, and that's the end of it, and happily ever after. Now again, this would be the end of the game for anyone else, but there is one more mission, one more film, and that's Skyfall. It is just DLC, so that's DLC if you don't own the Wii U, then you get it for free. Hooray!
Aww.
So we'll see you guys with Skyfall.